Could you tell me a little bit about Fishka as an organization and what you do?
Well, Fishka started 5 years ago. It started in South Tel Aviv. And it's really a simple story about a bunch of friends who met. And me and my friend, I come from a special education and youth advancement area in Korea. And she's, she did a lot of things, but mainly rock festivals. And together we thought about some community project that can live day to day, and it's led by friends who co-work, who coexist, who think about their own problems first of all and how to solve them, and then reaching as many people as they can. So we met a bunch of friends, everyone with their own specialty, but all of them are Russian speakers. All of them came to Israel when they were children or teenagers, and I think this is like the common ground when we try to think about what actually we need after 20 years of the big wave of Aliyah to Israel. And struggling and really trying out different ideas and different projects, we came to a conclusion that something that really works for our crowd, for our people that come to visit here, mainly young people, ages 20 or 30, not more than that. The combination between arts, and that's a language that everybody can relate to and everybody can somehow find themselves, even without the proper language of communication. And the thing where you can actually meet social issues or social needs with your art, with your approach or creative approach to things. We sit among doors that are part of art exhibition of a social project that we did together with elderly people ages 80 and more who actually together carved in wood, and it's really hard physical tense work that was really good and therapeutic for the elderly people. But for the young guys who participated in this project, it was a great thing to check out how this art actually seems in a social project where you can meet almost your grandfather and actually to talk about his life and to try to relate to that and to make an art exhibition that can live outside the community project. And it really has had a value of its own because we use doors as a symbol of trying to open up to a new person, to a new world, and to glimpse, to find something really unique in this person. So all the stories written here, they were tried out by students, by young volunteers that participated in this project, in guidance of a painter who actually worked in this profession, Alexander Galitsky. And really his approach is really accepting. You don't need to know how to paint, and you don't need to be realistic. You just need to express yourself. So all the young volunteers of this project actually drew it maybe for the first time in their life. And it was a beautiful, beautiful exhibition. It took place also in Fishka House that opened recently, and in another youth center of Tel Aviv municipality. And they were excited, really, the meeting of all those generations of people who lived in Israel for third or fourth generation. They're old residents here and people who only now began their life in Israel and trying to establish their home and their family, and talking about the difficulties that were here in Israel in the 50s, in the 60s, and getting like a first-hand impression of what was going on here.
Were the older people, were they Russians, or they were people who
but it's
could tell
amazing
stories?
When you start to talk to people, you understand that everybody here are immigrants, and every family has this story of their aliyah to Israel.
What are the different? What are the different kinds of art that you do here? You sounds like you do everything.
Well,
I mean, you talk about dance and
Fishka,
theater.
mostly it's people. So, and for me, as it's co-producer and co-helper to get things done, I think that people are here are the most important thing, and everybody is coming here to express themselves. So we have high-tech engineers that work days in different firms, in different working places, and here they come to paint, to do theater, to start some kind of art street project, and different people meet. Also professionals like designers and painters and musicians. And Nadia Greenberg, she's a wonderful director, a theater director, and she's a teacher. She worked with kids in high school on theater matters and directing different shows. And also in Fishka, she's trying to establish a frame where people who love theater can come and express themselves without any preparation.
So where do the story in the theater part? Do the stories come from what people create? So you don't use existing scripts. People make the things up, or how does the theater?
Teatralka is really complex project. They're trying to combine actual things that happen to people in their everyday life, and to use situations or to use, I don't know, for example, Jewish holidays that we don't know their story so much because we didn't grow up on this tradition, and trying to revive them and to make them really relevant to people who live here, who are secular, and they just love theater, and it's a media that they want to express their emotional world. So sometimes it's in Russian, and sometimes it's without words, and sometimes in Hebrew, and sometimes they decide to make an actual theater performance and to work on a play. And I know that last year they worked on a play based on their stories, the personal stories of every participant who took part in this project, and it was based on a Genesis story in the Bible. Before Abraham took his first step in this becoming a Jew, Lech Lecha, the first step of leaving his father's house and to go explore new grounds. There is a huge story about, and the whole story about what was going on before Abraham. Like almost the whole Genesis is before there were even mentioned Jews in the Bible. So we tried to fix some immigrant stories in this Genesis story, and it was amazing. It was really amazing.